This is a Heartifact Network podcast. Find us at heartifactstudios.com.au.
No, but like what I'm getting at with the definition of road train.
I know what you're saying.
All right.
We know what you're saying.
It's a train on the road.
Yeah, which is a fucking tram, and it's stupid. Trams are stupid. That you shouldn't have tracks on a road for starters, and the fact that they also take up a portion of a lane is stupid. Why are you copying me?
Because it's funny.
Ooh.
No.
No. You've been barred.
Welcome back to Australian Mane. It's the only wrestling podcast called Australian Mane. I'm your host, Ricki, and as always, joined by David Yang.
Good moment.
And Michael Thompson.
Welcome, one and all.
Hey, it's wrestling time.
Dude, it's a big week.
It is a big week.
Big week.
It's, what do we got? We got SummerSlam, NXT, TakeOver Toronto, finals of the G1. Is AEW doing anything this week? I don't think so.
No,
Who
no,
fucked
no.
it?
cares?
They're having a week off. But they were at Triple Mania, which was ridiculous in all the right ways.
And also, my first official show of APW Breakout also starts this week too.
You book a man.
I'm booking.
He's booking man.
Oh, are we allowed to announce it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Thompson is the head booker of APW's Breakouts. Everybody.
Nice. You're the Triple H. You're the
Yeah. Oh my God. You're the.
Yeah.
You are
Quite
running
literally, because like Breakout is like the developmental of APW,
Yeah.
and you're running the booking. You're Triple H.
Pretty
You're
much.
essentially Australia's Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my God.
You should tweet at him and just be like, "I'm you, but from Australia," and he'll just be like, "What the fuck?"
I like to believe he'd tweet back with a photo of himself just doing this, just did the classic Triple H point.
Yeah. We can Photoshop you into like just like. There's got to be like a blank template of like the Triple H doing like the arm around and the point.
Yeah.
And we can just Photoshop you into that blank template.
Do you reckon
I'm going to work on that.
Oh God.
I will work on that this week, 100%.
That's brilliant.
I'm looking forward to seeing your finished masterpiece.
Done. I've been like trying to do more Photoshop stuff that isn't just like thumbnails and like Instagram covers for like our episodes. I'm like, I need to like do more in-depth Photoshop stuff. So
You need to branch out a bit more, and I think that you should do that. You should do
I'm
more of that.
gonna Photoshop you like being Triple H's next boy.
Do you reckon when he first started taking those shots, he knew to himself, like, low key here, hey man, I got a meme.
It's going to become a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
The best one is him with his own cardboard cutout, which is just, it's brilliant.
That's when the meme really, like, it hit him.
I don't know if that was someone like mucking about in Photoshop or whether he actually did that at some point, but it's hilarious.
I think he has taken one, because they have...
With the cardboard cutout?
Yeah, there is an actual cardboard cutout.
Yeah,
It
was
was at like one of the accesses or
Yeah, I
something.
think it was, yeah. And like, I just don't know if it was, because if it was a Photoshop job, it was pretty good, but it's just, it has become a bit of a meme, and it's hilarious.
It's like the meme of...
I love it.
So the meme I actually saw, and it popped back up on my YouTube newsfeed today, actually,
Yes.
was when we had the whole Spice Girls, where Triple H and Batista...
Oh, Jesus
those
Christ.
parodies.
Fuck, I forgot that.
They were the greatest
what I
things
want.
ever.
Yeah.
Greatest
What
things.
is the greatest WWE meme? It gotta be John Cena something, like...
Or the Randy Orton RKO out of
Oh,
nowhere.
yeah, no, it's the out of...
Yeah,
it's the out of nowhere.
That actually like owned and was trending on like the front page of Vine for ages.
That made genuine mainstream / Reddit break like front
Yeah.
page. Like,
People who hated wrestling knew who Randy Orton was because of that out of nowhere shit.
you're so right. Oh my God, it is the out of nowhere.
It's either that or it is like the John Cena you can't. Or even the John Cena.
The John Cena prank call.
No, the John Cena prank call is fucking amazing.
Oh, that is got to be one of the most well-crafted skits of
It
all
is
time.
just so good.
But the out of nowhere had such a longevity to it.
Yeah, I know, but then
Like,
like
it was genuinely creative.
yeah, but then and his name is John Cena, like that.
Yeah.
That was like that had a lot of legs as well.
Fuck, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I think one of the
era.
Yeah, I think one of the longest
Like,
standing
it doesn't-
WWE memes.
It doesn't matter what your name is. That was kind of a meme for a little bit.
I think JR doing the bar guard.
Yeah,
Like a man broken in half has like had the most broad effect.
yeah.
'Cause that's been used like in
I-
almost any medium.
Yeah, like I do love like NFL compilations with WWE commentary over the top of them. They're fucking brilliant.
WWE can do any. This is the beauty of wrestling, and
Yeah.
like it can literally be templated onto anything.
Yes, and it works.
Fuck.
I do appreciate that. But yeah, I gotta say it's either the out of nowhere or the and his name is John Cena. They're the two fucking top tier WWE memes because they are like around in this internet era.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the Attitude Era, like I'm sure something like, that's the bottom line, or you know, it doesn't matter what your name is. Like if it had been like a huge, and I'm sure like the old wrestling forums would have had proto memes of that sort of stuff all the time, but like not shareable to the length
all
that stuff
ready
is.
to go sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like they would have had heaps of them, but like in this day and age, it's real close between those two.
I think
it really is.
The best current in wrestling meme, as in like wrestlers making their own memes, has to be John Cena's Instagram.
Yeah.
If no one's following John Cena's Instagram, suss it, because
it's so good.
He has a series where he just photoshops Big E's face onto Big E Smalls on anything.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's come about. No one knows why it's come about.
Or the Stone Cold enter.
Yeah.
Does he Photoshop them himself?
I don't even know if he even runs his own page.
That's a good point.
Like, what the fuck? He is that much of an enigma on social media. I know he runs his own Twitter.
Yeah, he does. Because it's all just motivational fucking quotes and it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know if he runs his own Instagram because I'd like to believe it because it just seems like
because he says like
a Cena humor.
He's like all images submitted without context, and then he never
for your own interpretation.
Yeah, for your own interpretation. Like he never.
My favorite is the notorious BIGE.
Yeah,
I literally, so I just like, but for no reason. Like, has he got something wrong with Big E? Is him and Big E like best friends? Like, why has he chosen Big E?
Maybe they're gym buddies and we don't know that.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, there's got to be either hatred there or such a strong friendship behind the scenes.
I think Big E works out with Cena's workout partner.
Hard
Knock Gym.
He trains at Hard Knocks because because they got the 1000 Club at Hard Knocks, and Big E was like one of the first guys to break what I think it's like the 300-pound bench, the deadlift and the squat gets you to the 1000 Club.
Yeah,
whatever the fucking thing is, I can't remember. But yeah, Big E's like on top of that list, and if you go down that list, there's a shit ton of wrestlers on there.
Yeah, pretty sure. Like obviously Cena's on it. I think
Cesaro is on it. Drew McIntyre's on it now as well. Sheamus is on it. I'm pretty sure as well.
Big old Shamey.
But it's all their shoot names, so you got to kind of be like, who exactly is that?
Speaking of Sheamus,
yes,
I actually don't mind his Instagram either, where he shows himself working out with the other performers. Yeah, and his YouTube stuff is actually pretty funny as well.
He seems to have established this brand now outside of wrestling, which is smart because wrestling doesn't last forever, obviously.
And also, we still don't know the status of him as a performer either because of his neck injury that he sustained earlier. I think, sustained after Mania.
He's still got some gas left in him, man. Like,
yeah.
And if he were to call it now, obviously, I'd look at it and I go Hall of Fame, right? I think definitely Hall of Fame, considering the breadth of people that have been in there already.
I mean, besides Brock Lesnar, Sheamus had a standout rookie year in his first year. I mean,
he had the greatest, aside from Rousey, I would argue he had the greatest rookie year.
And Lesnar.
Lesnar as well, yeah. No, Lesnar definitely had one of the best rookie years.
Kurt
Sheamus...
did Kurt Angle win a WWE title in his first year?
Maybe.
He lost...
I'd just say, like
Sheamus won it on call-up.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
I mean, Kurt Angle lost the Taz 2 months into his debut in the company.
Yeah, but just was like, I would say rookie year is like someone who came from an amateur background. I know Lesnar did as well. Someone coming from an amateur background and picking it up so fucking quickly. Angle is like the watermark there is like...
but in terms of like,
accomplishments.
Yeah, you got to look at accomplishments and then overall impact.
And the one thing that Sheamus did too was that he went to ECW for the first 3 months, tore through the entire roster.
Yeah, he did. You forget that.
And then he went to,
no shit.
And then he went to Raw, attacked Dirty King Lawler.
Then got into an immediate feud with Cena. And then won the belt.
Won the belt straight away.
I thought his first feud was Triple H.
No, that was his Mania feud.
That was his Mania feud.
After, pretty sure he dropped the belt to Cena.
But Triple H actually put him over as the next big thing.
And rightfully so. Like, because we discussed it a couple of podcasts ago.
Sheamus was hand-chosen by Triple H as one of his people going, this guy, you've got to push this guy. This guy's fucking good.
Honestly, such a good pick. The dude can move. The dude's got a look. Aside from his Irish accent, like, he's not bad on the mic. He's got great charisma.
Great charisma.
I never understand what he says when he comes out.
Minus his face turn, of course, but, all the heel stuff that Sheamus has done was fantastic.
Well, it's like we said a couple of podcasts ago. He's had the perfect career in reverse.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
In reverse.
He had a good tag team run, then he won a bunch of titles.
But that's going back to what we started this conversation with. It would just be such, like, the man's got so much gas left in him in the aspect of, like, what we just saw from his last tag run. I would honestly see the man as another main event star. And I feel like he's probably that missing piece of main event guy who can both be used to strap a belt on, but also to put over the next guy.
Yeah.
Right? He is that bridge wrestler. Whereas someone like Orton, I think, needs to move out of that scene. He can just put people over without having to win the belt, right? Whereas Sheamus can look like a legitimate contender, win the belt, realistically hold the belt, and then eventually put people over for the belt.
I'm real worried that WWE is just going to strap it back on Orton at SummerSlam.
Oh, but it's such a weird position because I don't think it's a bad move. But I think it's definitely not the greatest move.
But especially going into like SmackDown, going to Fox. Fox want big names. Oh, there's been rumors of the fucking Rock coming back.
Yeah. Well, did we all see the tweet? The Rock is
apparently just retired.
Yeah, he has announced a soft retirement. So,
which good on him. I think it's a good decision from The Rock. I think for him, he's looked at it going, look, I would love to wrestle, but it's just I've got 400 commitments per year.
He's doing so much stuff, man.
He can't do much because he's got his own show now called The Titan Games, which is on Fox 8 in a couple of weeks, which I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah.
He's still doing Ballers. He's filming Fast and Furious. He's filming like 5 other movies. He's got his workout shit to do as well. He's got to have his cheat day too.
He's now
home on Netflix and just eats pancakes and chocolate brownies on a Sunday.
He's now the brand ambassador for Voss Water.
Love it. First out of media investment for him. I respect it.
Well, no, doesn't he have a fucking tequila company or some shit as well?
True.
Yeah,
we started that himself. Well, The Rock is The biggest thing with him doing the WWE schedule is because he can't get the insurance to pass by. No. That's always been it.
Exactly.
And it stemmed from the injury he sustained against John Cena back at WrestleMania 29.
Yeah.
They turned around and said, we can't have him.
Shoot, have you watched that match back? I don't even notice when he gets that injury.
No, apparently it was like super, like first 5 minutes.
I don't notice it because he carries the match pretty well from there.
No, he does, but Cena's helping.
Yeah.
Cena carries the load in those matches.
Yeah.
Rock comes out, hits his moves, does Rock stuff.
Yep.
Pops the crowd.
It's like Cena. Cena does Cena stuff in that match as well.
It's what Cena does now. Cena comes out and hits 6 moves of doom.
Yeah, don't forget the Superman punch.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Apparently,
I'm still not a fan of it.
3 members who are going to be announced in the Hall of Fame next year, and apparently The Rock will be headlining that Hall of Fame class of 2020.
Rock,
along with Kane and Big Show. Batista might get a look in. Maybe not. He might headline.
Batista is someone who deserves to headline himself.
I would like him to headline by himself.
I don't think Rock goes next year because I think this is a soft retirement.
Or
I
maybe
like to
Batista, Big Show, and Kane.
Yeah, I reckon Batista's your big one, especially Batista now.
Yeah, because I know Kane and Big Show are going to be. Those two are apparently slated in for the Hall of Fame next year as well because Big Show's doing his own Netflix thing and Kane's doing mayor stuff.
Yeah,
Kane's been mayor of Tennessee and he's doing a good job of it apparently.
I would almost... Maybe not now. Maybe if Kane had retired maybe like 5 years ago, does he deserve a headliner?
Well, he wouldn't be. The headline would be Batista.
Yeah, I know, but like if Kane was going in...
He would be third fiddle in my opinion. So Big Show would be the next big one.
That's so rough, though.
It is, but if you look at how he was...
The dude was a fucking linchpin of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
So was Big Show.
But you look at how their...
In a way.
Yeah, look at how their booking was for the last 20 years. You can sort of justify why they would be below someone like Batista, who was pushed to the moon and back.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Kane, it's kind of like Budget Taker in the sense that Kane never really needed belts. Right, he was always a draw on his side.
He only ever won the WWE title once.
He won the WWE and then the world title.
Yeah, it was the world title he picked up. He won an ECW one, he won the world title twice, and I'm pretty sure the WWE title once. Yep. But Undertaker's only held the title 5 times, too.
I'm pretty sure, did he take the belt off Stone Cold after he beat him at 14? After Stone Cold won it at 14?
So, he didn't have that belt for long, though.
No, he didn't.
So he won the belt at, I think, Unforgiven 1998, and then he lost the belt the next night back to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Really?
Yeah.
So he had a 24-hour title reign, and then 12 years later, he had a lengthier reign when he beat Mysterio after cashing in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm getting at. Like
his moments were never the title. His moments were returning against a lot of returning against Taker.
After he attacked him and put him in a vegetative state, remember that?
Yeah, his matches with Taker, his matches with...
he will be remembered for the gimmick and feuds he's had. As well as I think he'll also be profoundly remembered for introducing the Inferno match.
Yeah. Big Show as well, his tag team and singles matches with Big Show, they were really good.
Wait and put Kane and Taker in the same class?
No.
Brothers of Destruction?
No, I mean separately.
No. I'd put him
reckon?
I put him in as a team.
When Taker goes in, that's going to be so monumental.
Yeah.
So monumental.
Plus, for someone like Kane as well, he's going to be topped by The Undertaker straight away.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, but I think like Kane unfortunately would be topped by anyone really these days. Like, he wouldn't be, unless they had a really bad year where they had nothing else to do.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be a headliner,
which is kind of stiff. Then, like,
I know, but like that's why I'm like against someone like Batista. I know Batista's done a lot more in the realm of like title runs and like WrestleMania main events, but Kane's had a long career and he's done so much for the industry, and especially for big men in the industry as well, like him and Big Show, obviously.
Yeah.
It would feel real still. Like, I know, and
I don't think it's
his career in the last 5 years probably like degrades him a little bit. But even Corporate Kane was heaps of fun.
Yeah.
I loved Corporate Kane.
There wasn't a point where Kane felt boring to me. It felt like he had always made something of a role.
When he was no mask Kane in like
the first
2006 through 2010, before he teamed up with Daniel Bryan to form Team Hell No. He was kind of just doing nothing.
That was ECW for
ECW
SmackDown Kane.
ECW Kane, SmackDown Kane, See No Evil Kane.
I liked that Kane because that Kane to me felt like the most athletic of the Kanes.
Yeah, like he was doing stuff that like he should not be able to do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That era was like, it wasn't Attitude Era Kane. It wasn't like the mask Kane. He had no mask on. He just came out and he was bald dude with weird eye thing.
The one thing I liked about Kane though was that he went from, two failed gimmicks and then came in third time lucky because he was a dentist originally.
Isaac Yankem.
And then he was fake Diesel.
It's beautiful.
And then he became one of the most synonymous characters.
Yankem.
Isaac Yankem DDS.
It's up there with Terrorizing.
I know. I know. It's so fucking good, man. Isaac Yankem.
But unfortunately,
Dr. I Yankem.
Unfortunately for Kane, he will be seen similar to a Mark Henry, in my opinion, in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but better than Mark Henry, but
just a bit above Mark Henry.
Yeah,
just
still in that.
him.
I get what you're saying. That kind of like psychology of what those two guys are.
I guess so.
But which I get you because it's
still stiff, man.
It is.
But he doesn't. I'm not going to say deserve, but like over guys like Big Show and Batista in that respective class. To me, he fits third.
Even Big Show, like I would not put Big Show as a headliner.
Well, Big Show to me is Andre, but better.
Yeah,
like
and also
Big Show to me is heel turn face turn, heel turn face turn, heel turn face turn.
Which is unfortunate, but think of the guy. Like,
no, I know.
And plus Big Show,
but also one WWE title run. That's it.
Yeah,
he had the world heavyweight, but only one WWE title.
Big Show made history though, being the first man to hold the WCW, the WWE, and the ECW championship. He's
also like a very decorated tag team champion as well.
With some terrible tag team names.
Jericho is probably the worst.
Yeah, Jericho is up there as just fucking...
Show-Miz was great.
Show-Miz was fun.
Show-Miz,
you pair the Miz with anyone, it's fun.
It's fucking terrible, though. Show-Miz?
Yeah, no.
What the fuck does that mean?
No,
it means nothing. At least Jericho's a pun.
Yeah,
or
but
just
I'm just
like
imagining
terrible wordplay.
Jericho just sitting there. It's just like, look, man, I don't think this gimmick will last very long, so let's just come up with a shitty name. And then, like, the gimmick obviously lasted longer than it should.
Okay, I will never forget that spot. Big Show, like Jericho himself has had just like terrible but punny team names. Like, what was his with AJ?
Because his name is Big Show. Like,
no, but like, I'm talking about Jericho specifically. Like, he's had like Y2KO. What was his one with AJ?
Jericho?
Yeah, Jericho.
Oh,
yeah.
Jericho. Y2AJ.
Y2AJ.
It was what? They're so bad.
I like that.
But like, they're terrible, but like, obviously there's some sort of like, it's a rib backstage that he's like, anytime he teams up with someone, it's like, how can we work in Jericho or Y2J into our dumb team name? It's got to be a rib.
Their 2-week tag team, Y2AJ was the best.
Exactly.
It was funny because...
Then he burns the fucking shirt.
Yeah, it was funny because they just released the shirt Y2AJ and then Jericho turned on him straight away.
They burnt it.
Surely the greatest gimmick tag name has to go to Rock and Sock.
Rock and Sock's not bad.
Like, in terms of, like, names that are gimmicks, but have, like, worked.
Rock and Sock connection.
Rated RKO was my favourite.
I wouldn't even consider that a gimmick, though. Like, I feel like that was a genuinely good tag name.
It was.
But like, Brothers of Destruction, genuinely good tag name.
Yeah.
DX, genuinely good tag name. What I'm getting at is these are gimmick names, like Jericho, like...
Team Hell No?
Team Hell No.
Where do you put that?
Team Hell No is pretty stupid.
Yeah, exactly. I like it. Yeah, exactly. There's plenty, but anytime Big Show or Jericho was, like, involved, they would just like come up, okay, what is the dumbest punny play on words we could come up with, and they would just go with it. It'd be like, what's the first shit thing on the whiteboard? That'll do. That's how they came up with those fucking names.
I'm also going to mention one woman who I think one female who I think should be in the Hall of Fame next year.
Awesome Kong.
No. Michelle McCool.
Oh my God. No, I'd give her the same year rub as Taker.
Oh,
Just
cute.
for a bit of a fun.
Cute.
There.
Oh, it's cute.
That way they both save on tickets.
But Michelle McCool. But look at Michelle McCool as well. She revolutionized
She
the
really
women's
did.
division over that 2 to 3 year period.
During a period when it was garbage.
Actually, no, here's another gimmick name. Lay Cool.
Yeah.
Layla and
Like
Michelle
cool,
McCool.
that worked.
But it was good though seeing them as co-women's champions, and they had
Yeah.
like
That
a
was a
half belt.
first, and that was
really
cool.
good.
Yeah, that was that when they were like exclusively on SmackDown too.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
had,
so
had
there
a
was-
feud
there was
with
no
the Divas
women's-
of Doom too at one point in time with Beth Phoenix and Natalya. I thought
Yeah.
it was actually a really good feud between those two teams.
I mean,
Does
they're-
Natalya make Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Just going on last week's discussion, like,
No, last week's discussion was just like, you know, as a perennial main eventer, I just don't see it working. But like, you don't have to be a perennial main eventer to be in the Hall of Fame.
no, agreed.
The Godfather will always be Papa Shango. Like,
But I think what we can get at with that is
And
like
he missed
there are
his fucking cue.
there are some obvious Hall of Famers, and then there are the gimmicks, and then it just
Yeah.
so happens that the people in the middle don't happen to make it. Right? You're either a really obvious Hall of Famer or you're a gimmick entry.
I think they've got to the point where anyone that lasted with the company more than 5 years, no matter what the position like they held, whether it was like lower card, mid card.
5 years.
Think about some of the people that have gone in.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like, gimmicky people will go in because of,
Yeah.
like, Boogeyman,
Yeah,
obviously fucking Honky Tonk. Oh, Honky Tonk Man's a bit of a different story.
He
He held
thought-
that IC
but
title.
he's already in there. The
Abe
Boogeyman
Tor-
isn't in there.
No.
Oh, okay, well, if someone had to go in that is a gimmick and isn't a main event guy,
Eve Torres and
probably the Boogeyman.
Candice Michelle, they'll probably go into the Hall of Fame as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Candice. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well,
I mean-
that's such a weird era there.
But if you look
Maria
at-
goes in.
Yeah, but if you look at Eve
Oh,
Torres,
well, would like Callie go in?
I think she will. Because she brought sexiness to ECW when...
But do you want to remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, she was-
in this day and age.
She was the first ever women's
But then
24/7
again-
champion, so we got to put her in the Hall of Fame just for that.
The Godfather went in as the Godfather with the Ho
yeah.
Train.
I mean, look at Eve Torres.
Fuck, true.
Eve Torres is going to go into the Hall of Fame, and her crowning moment was her kicking Zack Ryder in the balls of WrestleMania.
God, that was such a stupid fucking storyline. Why
know.
did we stiff Zack Ryder?
Well, I
like
mean,
that?
buried
okay,
him.
Zack Ryder, he goes in the Hall of Fame.
No, he doesn't.
I agree with Yang. He does.
Yeah, but like that's but I'm saying that in like
Whoa!
it hurts me to say.
it does.
Zack Ryder
It
is
hurts me to say.
100% going to be in the Hall of Fame.
It hurts me to say. No, he is that guy that is,
No.
just
Zack Ryder is going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. There is no fucking way he isn't. Long Island IC.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Longevity and gimmicks is good. He's got television.
The belt at Mania with his dad. Winning the IC title. That is enough.
These are good
That is
moments.
enough to
But
put him
that's
in
not enough for Hall of Fame.
He goes in the Hall of Fame.
Does Hornswoggle go in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
You have
He's
a
Vince
shitty
McMahon's-
criteria.
Yeah, well, so does WWE.
R-Truth,
I'm being realistic.
R-Truth will go in the Hall of Fame.
Hard Truth, 100% going in the Hall
But
of Fame.
R-Truth goes in the Hall of Fame as a
Kurt
gimmick
Hawkins.
entry.
Yeah.
No. But
See,
that's what I'm getting
I
at.
I have a fucking ceiling here, boy. Zack Ryder, he's a company man. He
I'm
never,
not saying
he never
you're wrong.
bailed like Kurt Hawkins did.
I agree. I'm not saying you're wrong whatsoever. All I'm saying is I
he
just
goes
feel
in the Hall of Fame.
he is the
He's the Rhino of WWE. He's the glorified Jock.
Rhino's going to be in the Hall of Fame sooner rather than later. 100%.
but for me
The thing is, they keep doing this every fucking year, and they put in, what is it, between 4 and 6 people a year.
I think Rhino and Heath Slater should be in the Hall of Fame together as a tag team, not Rhino.
No,
as an individual.
no.
Wait.
No, if anything, Rhino goes in when they put in fucking Edge and Christian as a tag team.
they haven't done that yet.
No.
No, not
Oh
yet.
my god, I thought they did that a couple
No,
years ago.
Edge and Christian have not gone in as a tag team.
Could
That's
when
another
does
person.
Christian go in?
Christian goes in.
100%, he's a world champion. He won the fucking big gold belt.
I would love to look at all people who've held the world title.
Wait, isn't Christian already a Hall of Famer?
No, he's not.
No, Edge is.
Oh, no, wait, no, he made that joke.
And it's a bit stiff.
No, he made a joke when he was inducting Edge into the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. He's had it was very much like listing off all their accomplishments as a tag team and like all the accomplishments they had as singles wrestlers that are like parallel. And then he was like, and he only had 11 more championship, world title runs than I did.
Yeah.
Like, just, it was him making fun of, like, poking fun
Christian
at himself.
100% goes in because
Oh, yeah.
both but then because now we're inducting tag teams.
Yeah.
Do we separate tag team accolades for the tag team and then not supplement it when they go in as an individual?
Well, I mean, you look at him as an individual. He is a world heavyweight champion.
He was one of the best Intercontinental champions we've seen.
He had he had a few IC title runs that were really good. He had a good feud with Orton for the title.
He had a very good feud with Jack Swagger.
I'm not discarding any of this. To me, Christian goes in. Right?
Yeah.
But to me, Christian is that gateway where it's that bridge point where it's like you can make a case that he doesn't go in, you can also make a case that he does go in.
Also because
anyone else lower than that doesn't go
Christian revolutionized.
You're putting Zack Ryder below that.
I'm putting Zack Ryder below that. You have to put Zack Ryder. If you're putting Zack Ryder on the same echelon as Christian, then what the fuck are you doing? I get it. You're not wrong. He's a company man. I respect that so high key. But at the end of the day,
Papa Shango. That is my argument. Hey?
That's what I'm trying to separate, and I believe that they're trying to do it too, where it's like, all right, we have 2 or 3 very legitimate people who are very legitimate, actual people who've changed the industry.
Does Heath Slater go in the Hall of Fame?
No.
No.
Well, Heath Slater's the same as Zack Ryder then. That's my point of view.
Does Jinder Mahal go in the Hall of Fame? He won a world title.
Heath Slater and Zack Ryder are pretty much the same people because they're both company people.
Michael, hold on a second.
They're both company people.
Michael, hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
Does Jinder Mahal go in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Yes.
Ricki, does Jinder Mahal go in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Moving on. I'm Jinder Mahal's biggest advocate, trust me.
Yeah, I know.
All right?
I know.
But at the end of the day, I've got to put a fucking ceiling on this Hall of Fame discussion.
I didn't say when he goes in.
Oh my God!
It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
What, so you're gonna, at the end of his career, you reckon he's gonna hold maybe a couple more titles?
No. He will go in about 10 years after he retires. As a like the first cab off the rank at the Hall of Fame. Because you think about, okay, all the Hall of Fames have this same thing. You've got like that legend dude. You've got the guy who's recently fucking retired. Then you've got your headliner, and then there's a bunch of people in between that kind of fill a couple of those different criteria.
Which are the gimmicks.
Yes.
Yep.
Jinder will go in about 10 years after he leaves wrestling altogether, or at least leaves WWE, and he'll come in as that. Remember this guy who won the title and did so much for our like company, going to the Indian market and gaining more followers over there?
That's what the Great Khali's there for.
Exactly.
Great Khali isn't even in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
No, and I think he'll go in.
I think
in a few years'
Great
time.
Khali deserves it because of he was the first to do it.
I know.
Jinder doesn't go in because of that, because Khali goes in because of that.
And also,
Khali goes in because of that because he did
And also
world title
they'll
runs.
bring up the 3MB shit, and they'll chuck him in, and they'll chuck that in like because I'm thinking
You
of
have
like,
a shitty criteria.
yeah,
for
I
this
know,
one.
but
You
like
are
I said,
sipping.
so does WWE.
Khali,
They don't give a fuck, really. They don't.
Take and put Khali over as well a month into his career.
Yeah, but I'm just saying WWE has a shit criteria, so I'm thinking like they do, right? And the way they sort of but the way they put together the highlight packages and the certain things they cherry pick to highlight about each character to put them into the Hall of Fame, because that's what matters. It's that fucking highlight package and then the 3 or 4 stories they tell about the boys when they go up and do their speech, right? It's it is a fully marketed thing that I know it's supposed to be this accolade, but at the end of the day, it's about them like getting headlines and shit because it's a business.
It's a diluted Hall of Fame.
It is, exactly. That's why I can picture them spinning something like Jinder, spinning something like Zack Ryder for their own purposes. Like Zack Ryder, for his like, just being the company man, doing the YouTube stuff with them now, like, and then pushing like the figurine stuff, like his sort of partnership with Mattel that he's sort of gained through being a legitimate fan and collecting figurines, but then WWE capitalizing on it and being like, hey, you got this really cool podcast. How about you go online and go to Comic-Con and do all these videos and market for us, for our company? They can spin that into the Hall of Fame, like, package and his speech.
And what's the difference between Heath Slater and Zack Ryder, for
Because
example?
Heath Slater doesn't do that shit for the company.
No, but
he doesn't do that shit for the company.
But when you talk about company man, Heath Slater is the ultimate company
man.
He's
100% a company man.
Because he went from being in one of the most dominant factions, or was supposed to be in one of the most dominant factions when they came up the ranks in NXT, to then a decent tag team with Justin Gabriel before he left.
Yeah.
He then became the hottest thing of the draft period when he was the free agent because nobody would sign him, which was amazing.
Yeah.
He won the first ever SmackDown tag team belt with Rhino.
Yeah.
And was the most over person of 2016.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look in there.
I mean, you say a lot, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, but see, like Zack Ryder, it's more.
Look, and I agree with you.
It's more impactful.
No,
what he's done is more impactful. 100%.
It's hard for me because I am a Zach Mark, and I'm agreeing. You're not wrong on anything you have said. It's just that when it comes to this criteria of a person that has to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I get what you're saying.
WWE don't give a fuck about the criteria, mate. They will spin it for their own purposes. And when you're a decade down the line, like they are running out of headliners right now. You know that. The only headliners really left, Triple H, Cena, Batista, Taker.
And The Rock.
And The Rock, sorry. That is it.
For the next 5 years?
Fuck, man. Even if like Cena hangs around for longer, which he may, I don't fucking know where he's at. But in the next 5 years, Cena probably won't go in. So that's one you're missing. Does Vince go in at some point?
Oh my God. Yes, Vince goes in.
But
true? He's not in yet.
But posthumously.
No.
Because he hates being mentioned by any, like, if you notice, he never gets mentioned in any Hall of Fame speech. No one ever says, thanks, Vince. He has a directive where he does not want to be thanked. Do you know who the last person to do it was? It was this year. It was Bret Hart, and guess what? The writer who helped write his fucking Hall of Fame speech got fired the next day.
I did not know
and
that.
And Bret Hart went out of his way to thank Vince, getting a WWE writer fired in the process. Vince will go in posthumously because that is who Vince is.
I don't know if I really respect that or if I'm a bit concerned by that.
It's because he doesn't want the boys and girls to put him over as the person that got them over.
I agree with that so much. But at the same time,
he's the one that gave them their chance.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, say what you want about Vince McMahon, but like fuck, dude, like he's created this industry.
No, I know,
which has enabled for so many jobs.
But he
like.
Yeah,
but he doesn't go in posthumously.
He's weird. He's just weird.
When he steps down, I think he goes in.
But that's the thing. Does he step down? I think I think he dies at his desk. He's that kind of guy.
And I agree with you. Fuck, you know what?
I think he'll go in posthumously. So there's
that is hard to hear.
No, I know. It's not nice to hear, but that is who Vince is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That is exactly who Vince is.
Okay, let's say Vince goes in posthumously.
Vince goes in posthumously. That's 6 headliners.
And his dad's.
I argue all the McMahons go in. Steph goes in.
Yep.
Linda probably does too.
Shane,
obviously.
As headliner?
No, not as well. They're McMahons, I guess.
Okay, but I'm
the
talking
McMahon family, because there will be a point in time when the McMahon family kind of doesn't really run WWE. Then the McMahon family goes into Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because essentially WWE is they're not really becoming Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Well,
the Naismith Memorial.
They're legacy awards for like people from way back in the day. They are creating a database of like
they are, which is good by them.
Old wrestling and shit. And the network helps with that too because you got the old like NWA stuff and AAW, like all the real old stuff. They are collecting like what feels like a huge library of just wrestling in general as a history sort of thing. So. From that point, it feels legitimate. But at the same time, it's all a work. And it's the fucking Hall of Fame, and it's just something they're throwing during WrestleMania weekend. I'm saying that there are genuinely 6 headliners left.
Well, left that are retired or kind of at the end of retiring?
Yes, that's it. That's all I've got.
Well, right now, I think we've got a litany of people who are going to be in the Hall of Fame who are currently wrestling. Obviously, we've discussed it before. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Dolph Ziggler.
AJ
Styles, Daniel Bryan. Right, Randy Orton,
Daniel Bryan,
Sheamus.
At this point in time, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton are the only 2 headliners you've mentioned.
You don't think someone like Roman Reigns,
not right now,
ends as a headliner despite 5 Mania main events?
When his time comes, yes. Right now.
No shit.
But I know, but like I just don't see him as a viable headliner at the moment.
What's really good too about Reigns as well, he turned around and he said he's only got 5 full years. He's got 5 full years left in wrestling left because he's going to do the exact same thing The Rock has done. He's going to go and do movies. So he's going to give himself 5 years, and then after 5 years, he's going to become a part-timer.
I think
in WWE.
The era now of people like John Cena, Randy Orton, Ziggler to a degree as well, of 10-plus careers at full-time pace is done. I think we'll now start to see this idea of, someone like Roman Reigns where he's like, I'll have a 8-year, 9-year career. Yeah. Right? Seth Rollins, I see Seth Rollins doing it for a while, but not to the degree or push
you
level.
You got to remember those guys came in 2013.
Yeah. 7 years already.
Yeah.
So if you look at Reigns now, he'd be 11 years, so he'd be one of the last people to have a decade-long career. Maybe Rollins as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Rollins will.
Yeah,
Rollins will. Rollins will last longer, but I think Rollins might be the last.
This is all he knows.
Yeah.
Whereas Roman could easily go and act and all that sort of stuff because he's got that sort of
and he started
want
with
and desire.
Hobbs and Shaw as well.
Yeah.
That's where he started. He's acting chops and...
Rollins seems he doesn't have any interest in that sort of
stuff. If we had to look at a guy from NXT right now, or a set of guys who would be company men in WWE for 10 plus years, who?
Gargano,
I agree.
Gargano,
but that 100%. Is probably about
Ciampa.
It. I don't know. Ciampa could.
The way that they've...
But Ciampa to me also seems like the kind of personality where if he's not getting the push that he thinks he should be getting, he would always demand or be a draw anywhere else in the world.
No. They just released the third part of his series on WWE PC about his neck surgery, and this was the culmination of that, him going to NXT TakeOver New York, WrestleMania weekend, to be on stage with Johnny after the match.
That was a good moment.
And just the way he talks about the company, he's a company man through and through.
Fair? Okay. So you got Gargano and Ciampa, who have been in the NXT system for already about 4 years.
And they really don't have any plans to leave it.
Yeah.
Apparently they got asked to move up and they both said no.
Yeah.
Which, good move.
I don't see Adam Cole doing it or any of the Undisputed guys lasting 10 plus years in this company.
Adam Cole's really young.
But he's also a man who's done the Indies already.
Well, exactly. He's done it already.
But he could very easily do them again.
Does he need to go back?
But it's not about needing to go back. It's about if in 10 years' time... Will someone like Adam Cole, who has already experienced the taste of what it's like outside WWE, there's a very easy itch to scratch again.
All right, Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream, I imagine, would, because he's actually grown up in the WWE system.
Yeah. He's company boy.
He's 100%. Company boy. I don't see someone like, fuck me.
I'll say, what about Tyler Breeze?
Yeah,
because
he's already got a bit of tenure under his belt.
But Tyler Breeze turned around and said that he hated being on the main roster. He loved being in NXT. And he basically turned around and said, he's like, keep me there. I do my best stuff.
Send me back.
Send me back to NXT. I love doing my best stuff in Florida. I don't like being a main roster. He hated being on the main roster, even with his tag team with Fandango. He's come out and said he hated being on the main roster. He said that if he could take back those 2 years where he was on the main roster, he'd go back and say, I'd rather trade to go back to NXT and do a lot more stuff down there because the crowd were hot for him down there.
Of the recent call-ups, only Ricochet, I would imagine, being a 10-year guy. I think Aleister Black doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think Buddy Murphy does.
I think Black's AEW bounds
Finn
sooner
Balor
or later.
Is Finn Balor
Finn, we had discussions last week. I think Finn is now at a point in his career, and with gimmick and notoriety, he can ride out on WWE.
Yeah.
But it's all about whether or not...
I get the feeling he's itching for a fucking heel turn.
I think it's not an itch to leave WWE, it's just an itch for a change.
Yeah.
I think he wants to join up with AJ, Gallows, and Anderson and form those as a quartet.
Yeah, give us that. Give us that.
He's going on holiday for 2 months.
He is. So SummerSlam's his last match for a while.
Another person as well before we get back to Balor. Bray Wyatt's another one.
He's already got tenure. He'll definitely last the role.
Yeah, but he went
Harris.
Back. Yeah, but it's a good thing too. But for Bray Wyatt, he went back and reinvented himself.
Yeah,
he seems to be the last homage of people that WWE is allowed to do that, though.
Yeah,
the ability to completely reinvent themselves, and then every time he has done it, given it its due credit, right?
I see Bray
there
Wyatt
is respect for Bray Wyatt backstage.
I see Bray Wyatt as this generation's Chris Jericho with the way he's gone and reinvented himself over and over and over and over again. Because not only that, but he's gone to so much fanfare in that regard too. And that was the same with Jericho when Jericho reinvented himself a couple times in WWE and then over in the Indies, New Japan and AEW. Bray Wyatt's done that in WWE over the last 10 years. He's reinvented himself as being, this husky guy who's, part of, a famous wrestling family to the leader of the Wyatt family to now, to Mr. Rogers, children's entertainer to now, the thing that is an alter ego of Mr. Rogers, the entertainer, the Fiends. So for someone like Bray Wyatt, he's done so well in reimagining and reinventing himself because he's been given that platform. He's like the Triple H and Vince have gone, If you've got another idea, we want to hear it because we actually want to push you. If you've got an idea to reinvent yourself, let us know what you think, and then we'll go back and we'll say if it's a yes or no. And they absolutely love the whole alter ego of him being Mr. Rogers, as well as, one of the scariest motherfuckers we've got in WWE right now.
He's also the prototype of like going back to NXT because he came up with Nexus.
Yep.
Failed.
Went back to NXT.
And then like completely reinvented himself back there. I just thought of two more headlines. Two more guaranteed headlines.
Chris Jericho.
This generation's Chris Jericho reinventing himself.
I'm not against that.
I just thought of two more guaranteed headliners. Two controversial guaranteed headliners. Chris Jericho.
Yeah, no shit.
Eventually.
I think, whatever he does with AEW kind of just won't matter at the end of the day.
No.
In a weird way.
And?
Don't say Cody Rhodes.
No, I'm not going to say Cody Rhodes. CM Punk.
CM Punk is in that Bret Hart level of he will be away for a while, and then it will be like...
I think he'll come back. Not to wrestle. Never to wrestle.
No.
Well, he's done a recent interview where he's just been like, I have no animosity anymore to WWE, but he's positioned that in saying that by saying, I have no animosity to WWE because I just don't care anymore about the industry. Like, it's not a thing for him anymore. He's like, I've moved on from wrestling. No one else seems to have moved on from me, though.
And the one thing that, unfortunately, tarnishes his legacy a little bit is that he's the only man who went back-to-back in Money in the Bank. He held the WWE Championship in its longest reign for a very, very long time before we had Brock hold the Universal Championship for 900,000 days.
Yeah. But there's still something to be said about the fact that he held WWE title.
How does that tarnish his ability to get in the Hall of Fame?
Because, as I said,
that's like criteria to get in the Hall of Fame.
But if you look at CM Punk, Vince won't pick up the phone and go to Punk, hey, do you want to be in the Hall of Fame next year?
Well, I'm sure by then Vince will be dead.
It's because there's still animosity, and plus Triple H too. If Triple H does take over the company...
Well, that's a good point, actually. Triple H hates him.
Yeah, they both hate each other. So that's why it's going to tarnish his legacy, because if you look back on they're never going to mention that, someone named CM Punk was back-to-back Money in the Bank winners, because it's never been done before, hasn't been done since. No one has significantly gone into the ladder match and won the briefcase for 2 straight years. CM Punk is the only person to this day who can go, you know what, I've won the Money in the Bank briefcase 2 straight years in a row and successfully
the only person in history of wrestling who will be blacklisted from any kind of accolade is Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Everyone else is always on the table.
Yeah.
Everyone else is always on the table.
100%.
Yeah. Which is...
CM Punk, guaranteed headliner.
He will be.
Eventually.
Like I said, it's just Chris Benoit.
I mean,
that won't be on anything.
Because if you give him a microphone... in front of the boys, that could be rough. Could be awesome.
I'd like to believe with his Hall of Fame speech, you move the podium, he just comes out and he sits down.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a question for you about Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Is he guaranteed the Hall of Fame longer than when Jeff Jarrett was? Because Vince hated Jarrett for 17 years.
Well, Bruno Sammartino didn't get in for like fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to that is what I consider to be like the longest.
Okay.
Yeah, that relationship fell apart.
Is it Bruno?
It's not longer than Bruno. He'll probably be in like...
So is it between Jarrett and Bruno, do you think? Like maybe 20 years down the track?
No, I think... I'm with Ricki in this camp. I think it might actually be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
In a weird way. He's 40-something now.
Like 41. 42.
I reckon before he's 50, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Before he's 50, he's asked.
Yep.
At least.
Yeah.
He's asked
Before
to come
he's
back.
50,
Because like I said, they are running out of headliners.
Yeah.
And then who inducts him? Paul Heyman? Do you think?
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman, 100%.
Paul Heyman inducts him.
Yes.
There's a few other names I would put out.
No, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is another headliner.
Oh, no shit. Oh,
yeah,
true?
Yeah.
I almost just assumed it's already in there.
That's going to be interesting.
Dude, we've had this discussion before, haven't we? Brock Lesnar, you take the veil. It would be the only time in history where I truly believe that the man standing in front of me is the truest form of Brock Lesnar. No gimmick, no veil, nothing. Because
comes out like, what's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, because up until now, everything you hear about Brock Lesnar, I just firmly believe it to be like the most realistic kind of slash kayfabe in a weird way.
He's going to be the only person, I think, in my opinion, who's going to be in both the UFC and the WWE Hall of Fame.
Ronda Rousey.
But I think...
Rousey.
1 year. I don't know. She'll do a return.
She'll do a return.
Apparently, actually, there's rumors she's going to show up at SummerSlam.
Good moment.
Yeah.
Cost Becky. Give the belt to Natty.
Yeah. No, like, that's legit what they think they got. Because, like, apparently she ain't preggers yet, so she's got time. But, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But, yeah, Rousey.
Plus, Becky's been talking smack about her still on social media. Becky's been talking smack about Rousey on social media, so...
Well, by your dumbass criteria, of course Rousey goes in. In fact, she probably headlines next year.
Lol.
All right.
No,
Fuck.
not that much. But like, I'm just like I'm telling
Greatest
you,
rookie season.
I'm just basing my criteria
Yeah, greatest rookie season, longest reigning women's champion.
on patterns I've already seen the WWE do.
Yeah. Like, I think, at the end of the day, assuming she does come back and does at least one more kind of really cool thing, she'll definitely be in the Hall of Fame. They're definitely going to do the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. Gotta. Sasha's not done, right? Say what you want.
Yeah.
Does Sasha come back and cost Bayley the SmackDown Women's Championship as well?
That would be, you know what? That would be kind of high key. That would be kind of high key. You do 2 returns, Ronda and Sasha.
Yeah.
That would make SummerSlam pretty lit.
The fans will go fucking ballistic for both.
Yeah.
Well, Sasha's been kind of teasing it on the grams, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
She's been kind of teasing it for months, though. So
All I see a comment is like, whenever Bayley posts, she's like, "Let's hang out. Just come back then.
You know what's funny, though?
Just come back."
I remember when Bayley, a few weeks ago on SmackDown, says, "I'm going to choose my SmackDown opponent." The entire crowd was chanting, "Sasha, Sasha, Sasha." Oh,
And then it was Ember Moon, yay.
yay.
no stiff to Ember Moon, though.
They're like,
Oh,
yeah,
Sonya Deville
Ember
broke
Moon.
my switch. Wah. Honestly, what have they done? She was like this weird, like, she was the Sheenum. She was supposed to be like Undertaker, but a woman, like crazy. And then she's backstage playing fucking Pokemans on the Switch. And Sonya Deville comes up and breaks and she chucks a fucking hissy.
She needs to.
What have they done?
Booker T needs to slap her back in the gear.
What have they done? What have they done to her character though? Just it's weird, man. It's like she feels like a cosplayer now because she's nerd and she's like relatable, but she wears like contacts and weird fucking clothes to the ring.
Ember Moon.
That's what she feels like.
She needs to become the Booker T of the females
She
division.
fucking does.
She
There
got
hasn't
trained
been one, aside from fucking Naomi.
She got trained by Booker T as well.
Did she really?
She did, yeah.
Booker.
Booker T. Booker T trained potentially the future SmackDown Women's
Booker
Champion.
T has got to be one of the, like, if I looked at him and I read what he had on paper, I would go, oh, he could have done a bit more. Like, of all the guys...
I mean, he had the disadvantage of coming from WCW to WWE and getting fucking
And
buried by
Triple
Triple
H,
H.
Triple H buried him because he should have won the world title. He should have won that world title.
Who should not have had the career that they've had? Ooh. Boys! Shoot!
JBL.
Yeah, JJ.
No!
Yeah.
He deserved that one title.
Hey, like Heyman says, the only reason you won that belt is because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays.
Oh, fuck it, that's got to be the... One night... Did you... Oh my
Actually,
God.
you know what?
I'm putting One Night Stand 2005 in the Hall of Fame. As a
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
same here.
Oh,
As a pay-per-view that goes in.
It's fucking mate. But, you know what? As much as I love the dude, Edge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
As much as, like,
I agree.
11-time world champion.
It's a bit much.
For the dude that wore the dorky glasses in a tag team.
It's a bit much.
I don't know.
For a guy who just had a hug as a move, like, come on.
I don't know.
To be fair, I was actually thinking his name too, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to say it first. The one thing, though, I will say about Edge is that I never saw him as...
Edge is fucking awesome.
I love Edge, but I never saw... Even when I started watching wrestling when I was 11, 12, I turned around and said, oh, this guy will never be a world champion. He's going to be an Intercontinental champion at best.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be, you know...
And then he won the Money in the Bank, and I was like, yeah, that's it for him.
The minute he was given the opportunity, he fucking rang with it. Like he just
the ultimate opportunity.
That's what you called that.
Exactly.
I
But
mean,
like,
he fucked Lita and got Matt Hardy
I
fights.
know, but he fucked Lita live on TV. It's still,
You
my favorite,
screwed
it's still
Matt.
my favorite
You-
moment ever.
You know what I love, though, is that...
Oh, so good.
I also love Heyman from One Night Stand 2005 as well. I got 2 words for ya. Matt freaking Hardy.
That's 3 words. Is that not 3 words?
I can't think of anyone else.
Hang on,
I think
I
Edge
just
is the pick.
I just thought of another Hall of Famer headliner, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shit.
Paul
no
Heyman.
shit, yeah.
Eric Bischoff.
Who inducts Paul?
Brock.
No.
Yes.
Big Brock in the street walks up with the mic.
This
Hey, everybody!
This motherfucker, he found me in some gym in Minnesota, and I came to this fucking dumb gimmick shit, and then I became a champion, and then I bailed, and then he brought me back.
Thank you.
Fuck all y'all. Paul Heyman, come out here and talk.
Oh, I can't
actually,
wait
no.
for Brock Lesnar's
Mind,
induction.
the person who should induct Paul Heyman is a stoned Rob Van Dam.
Oh, true.
Does RVD go Hall of Fame?
Oh, yeah, dude. Mr. Monday Night
Yeah.
is a fucking Hall of Fame.
Do you
Probably not a headliner, but he's a definite
Do you know
Hall
what I
of
actually
Famer.
wanted to do when he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame? Oh, shit. I thought this was the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh my god! You know he's turned off comments on that post on Instagram.
Yeah,
really?
'Cause that was so fucking good.
Oh,
he's
man.
kept the post, but he's turned off comments.
Yeah,
because fucking like every wrestler was like, "Dude, this is brilliant."
Yeah.
Paul Heyman commented like, "Bro, fucking
Yeah,
lit."
no,
like,
it's
Dude, I thought this was the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. Why is there more people here? Fuck.
Just walks out and goes, "Is this ECW?"
Oh my god, Edge is probably the best pick for that question. I literally can't think of another person.
There was just no other big heels besides Orton at the time.
Because I kind of want to make a case for Triple H in a weird way.
I mean,
but I don't want to.
I want to make a case for Rey Mysterio.
No.
If anything, he deserved more world titles.
I think Rey, for his polarizing popularity.
I was going to say, no offense to Rey, I love him as a performer, but the only reason why they strapped him...
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Is it because of...
Don't you say it.
You know why.
That is blasphemous. You can't prove that.
Is it because...
You can't prove that.
Dude, when he went up and hugged Eddie's widow at the end of that fucking match at 22, it was pretty obvious. You know it was.
Rey deserved more.
And then she turned on him.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
That was such a weird heel turn.
Another person, Vicky Guerrero, that she go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
as long as Reigns general manager.
100% she goes into the Hall of Fame.
Excuse me. I said excuse.
Her heel run as an authority figure
was the best.
It's up there. Yeah. It is up there as one of the best. It's good.
She had the greatest heat of any
authority
figure in history.
She had legitimate fuck you heat. Like, legitimate fuck you heat in a time when no one really gave a fuck about wrestling.
Well, I love those. I loved it when she screamed. That was the funniest thing in the world. It's just watching her scream.
She's another one, not a headliner, but a definite Hall of Famer.
What's really sad, though, about Mysterio winning the world title at WrestleMania 22 was that Eddie, on the day of his passing, was supposed to win the world title from Batista.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to apparently carry that into Mania and take on Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight Championship at 22. Now, put that in perspective.
What a match that would have been.
Put that into perspective. Shawn Michaels would have taken on Eddie Guerrero, Raw versus SmackDown for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 22.
Instead, he fought Mr. McMahon.
In actually a really good street fight.
Well, I mean, it's Shawn Michaels. He doesn't put on bad matches, but like...
Do you dare say that maybe John Cena doesn't deserve the career he's had?
No, he worked his ass off.
He did.
I'm not saying he didn't work his ass off.
No,
but did he work his ass off equivalently to Ric Flair working his ass off, where they both compared to be the same thing?
Yes. In an era that isn't the territory era, where he could travel from place to place to place, being the guy who showed up first, left last, came to every show, not so much now, but did everything he could and like rehabbed to get back as soon as he could.
Yeah,
and put the company on his back when the company was in a shit spot.
Yeah.
And then
it's hard because I'm only really
and
then
went on to be the guy that was like, I want to put Daniel Bryan over at SummerSlam. I want to put Daniel Bryan over at SummerSlam.
I want to put Roman Reigns over as well as the person who's going to take over my mantle as top baby face.
And
I'm trying to look at it.
Recognizes that like CM Punk is the hottest thing right now, so it puts him over in his hometown at Money in the Bank. And
I feel like that's not really a directive from Cena at that point.
If you look at John Cena, though...
I think Cena would have been like,
I think Cena's like, no shit, but it wasn't his being like, no, Vince, we got to do this. Because I don't believe Vince is sitting there going, no, we're not going to fucking put this kid over. Like, no shit.
No, I can see Vince being like, no, we're not going to put this kid over. Because, A, it's his hometown. Vince loves people losing in the hometown.
Oh, yeah, Montreal screw job.
Yeah.
Bret Hart doesn't deserve the career he had.
Stiff but fair.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve the career he had.
I don't like Bret Hart.
No gimmick, really, essentially, aside from being like the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Everyone
the excellence of execution.
Yeah. 7 world titles, maybe?
Here's another...
Once again, during one of the shittest periods in WWE history.
Exactly.
I mean, he had Diesel and Shawn Michaels and Sid Vicious as, the other three who were top
And it was
stars.
an early
Yokozuna.
And Yokozuna.
And an out Hulk Hogan. Hogan was
Lex Luger.
You're right, yeah, but I think
Hulk Hogan
doesn't deserve the career he's had.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
I can't.
That's a bit stiff to one of the Mount Rushmore contenders.
I can't legitimately say that just because, like,
how dare you decide to take me like that? I have had the best career out of anyone else. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, maybe Seth Rollins doesn't have a career that he deserves. If he wins maybe a couple more, I'm probably going to look at that at the end and be like, I don't know, because if I look at the era now, could probably use a couple more people in that title.
Yeah. Finn needs that title back.
Yeah.
Finn.
There's at least like 4 other dudes in this current era
I know,
who could juggle belts.
I know. So and they just don't do it. It's Brock, Seth, and Roman.
Yeah. So if Seth ends with a good 7, 8, 9 title reigns, I'm looking at that going.
I think those
dropped about
days
3.
are over.
Well, that's what I'm hoping to believe.
That's why.
That's why it's hard to have this conversation.
No, I know.
I looked at Cena and I went,
and that's
15.
why Reigns
16.
Reigns not going to win the title 10 times. He's going to be, he's going to be one of the top guys in the main event.
Well, I like what they're doing with him now.
7, 8 times.
Where do you reckon Reigns ends? Because he's on 4 now, isn't he?
No, he's on 5. No, wait.
1 WWE, no, 3 WEs,
and 1 Universal.
So 4, okay.
So 4.
He's on 4.
I think it,
7.
6 or 7.
I think he ends on a Rock-esque number. So
Yeah,
7.
6,
Rock's
7.
apparently Rock's on 10. I always thought he was on 9.
Well, he got the 10th when he beat Punk.
I thought that was his 9th.
I thought that was... Oh, who cares?
Anyway, because I think when they did the big MTV award recognition for The Rock, they announced him as a 10-timer.
10-time, yeah.
And I could have sworn WWE's always recognized him as a 9-timer.
I don't fucking... Look,
fair enough.
100% MTV could have got their fact checking completely fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Because they were just like... It was like, all the stuff he's done, wrestling, and all the other stuff he's done.
Isn't that the thing about the industry, the weird thing outside of the industry for The Rock? It's like everything, oh, he wrestled.
Yeah.
Whereas with The Rock
It's
himself...
it's like former football player turned movie star. You're missing a good 6 years there.
You're using the 6 years that made him.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the media does that to him, but The Rock doesn't do that to himself.
No, The Rock fucking pushes the wrestling.
Yeah, The Rock is so vocal about his...
Well, he's like, the reason I have the work ethic I do is because I was a wrestler. And I had to be on the road fucking 300 odd days a year, fucking working all hours. I had to work out in the morning, go to TV, do a taping, fucking get back on the road, drive to the next town.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Stone Cold. Austin inducts The Rock because they had 3 of the greatest Mania matches we will ever see.
I'm not against it.
I mean,
I'm not against Rock.
The Rock and Stone Cold.
I did it for The Rock. Actually, no. Speaking of which, there's actually something really funny about it too. Like, apparently, Jimmy Uso is. Apparently, people think that Jimmy Uso has been running down Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso's excuse is, I did it for my dad, and I did it for my brother, and I also did it for The Rock.
I think, like, The Rock and Stone Cold coexist in such a weird space where it's like they
to me, they share a Mount Rushmore. Like, I don't have one without the other.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
actually,
weird spot
you know what? Mick Foley.
Yeah. That would be a good, like, left of field, but not too left of field.
Yeah. Because they had such an intertwining story throughout the Attitude Era. Like, a really, like, genuinely, like...
No, I know.
Mick Foley got over because of The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
like, The Rock had to lie down for that.
Actually, whereas Stone Cold was over by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be...
You know who should induct The Rock? The man who we buried in 1999, Billy Gunn, should come back and induct The Rock.
I don't see that happening.
I
don't see that happening for a multitude of reasons.
Hey guys, I'm inducting the person who buried my push in 1999.
Aside from, you know what? Actually, I was going to say who inducts Vince. I feel like there's a lot of obvious answers, but
Austin.
Who do you give them?
Austin.
I reckon. See, you could make a case for Austin. You could honestly make a case for Shane, his kids, right?
Yeah.
So Triple H.
I'll say Austin for one reason, because Austin and McMahon revolutionized the Attitude Era.
They revolutionized wrestling.
Brock Lesnar.
I mean, the man signed
this motherfucker kept signing me these big ass checks, and I just kept coming back. I guess like he's dead now, but you know, good on you, Vince. Fuck off, all you.
CM Punk.
You do
CM Punk should induct him.
Oddly accurate Brock impersonation ever.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna Brock Lesnar, if he does his Hall of Fame speech, if he doesn't end it by going, I'm gonna go home and get on top of my wife
and just go look at my land.
I got all this land. It's pretty good. I'm going to drink a Coors Light. That's a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me shit.
I like to believe he's on first, too. He's just like, I want to get it over and done with.
Yeah, he's like, I want to get on a fucking jet.
Yeah, like, I got my plane out there. I'm done after this.
Rena's waiting for me. Rena, get the jet.
Wow. This has been the greatest hour of podcasting in the history of podcasting.
Oh, my God. Podcasting is the greatest.
Okay, before we go, who do we think is attacking Roman?
Rowan.
Yeah. It is pretty obvious it's going to be like Daniel Bryan or some shit.
Yeah, I think
it's which is weird.
Not bad if that's the big announcement.
The fact that Daniel Bryan didn't try to run Roman over with an electric car
leads me to believe that it wasn't Daniel Bryan.
Exactly, yeah. It wasn't a fucking Tesla.
It's anti-Daniel Bryan's gimmick.
How dare he drive?
Must be Jimmy Uso, because whoever was driving that car
you say it.
Did not realise that there was a car right there.
Don't you fucking say it.
Must be behind the wheel.
Don't you fucking say
I'm
it.
not going to say it. You knew I was going.
Dude, stop driving drunk. For Christ's sake, it's not hard. Just don't do it.
Yeah, one of the most decorated tag careers of all time. Stop ruining it.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to you? Anyway, yeah, it's totally Daniel Bryan. If it was a Tesla that had tried to run Roman over, I would have been like, yeah, it's Daniel Bryan, 100%.
Samoa Joe also temporarily became a face on Raw.
Yeah, I know. Like, are they trying to turn him face? I don't think they should.
Do not push Samoa Joe's face.
No.
Has he ever been a face?
Michael, TNA history, go.
Samoa Joe has been a face
There we
in
go.
Total Nonstop Action. He was also a face in NXT as well.
Oh, yeah, he was too for a little bit.
Was he?
Yeah, he teamed up with Finn for the tag league.
Ah, yeah, fair.
Yeah,
true,
and then
true.
turned on Finn after the tag league was over. Because, duh. But yeah, you both on your phones. This is, come on.
Podcast's done.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Raw and SmackDown happened this week.
They did. They were fine. They were serviceable go-homes. I
Yep.
enjoyed Raw.
Roman Reigns destroyed
SmackDown.
Buddy Murphy at the end of SmackDown,
yes.
which I'm not happy about.
It seems like Seth is going to verse Brock, and I don't like that.
You don't think they're going to write him off?
They should write him off.
They should.
They should write him off.
Especially after his pathetic little promo.
I
Yeah.
actually think
Like we
I'm-
said this last week.
I'm
they should have
gonna,
written him off.
I'm gonna beat Brock Lesnar.
Seth
And
takes
that's
time
what
off
I'm
after
gonna
SummerSlam.
do.
I think he shouldn't even show up to SummerSlam.
No.
He should write him off, give another person that spot for Brock.
Daniel
This
Bryan.
kind of feels like they're gonna do the thing where he fights back and fights back and
I know.
fights back and fights back.
It's going to be that. Or he'll get the upper hand early and they'll just
Wins.
recreate WrestleMania.
No, I know who exactly should take over from Seth Rollins because he still has a grudge against Brock Lesnar for bad mouthing his kids. Heath Slater.
You're an idiot.
Yeah,
Whatever.
when Brock's like, I don't give a shit about your kids.
No, this is...
That
it's-
poor man deserves to have his, comeuppance on
I don't
Brock
give a
Lesnar.
shit about your kids.
In this, if Seth Rollins were to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, it's a lose-lose situation now.
Yeah.
If Seth wins, I actually reckon he gets booed out of the building if he wins. Because it's just going to be so boring and so
It should
predictable.
not main event SummerSlam, in my opinion.
It probably will.
How have they turned him into Roman circa 2014?
I don't know. Isn't that so weird, right?
Yeah, I know. What are they
It's
doing?
the lack of gimmick.
They've
It's a
shoved Rollins down.
But
our
he's the Kingslayer and the Beastslayer and the Architect
It's what we said last week. He just adopts the gimmick of the person he's going up against
Yeah.
and the antagonist of it.
Yeah.
Right? There's no
Yeah.
character to the reason of why Seth Rollins does what he does. He just gets thrown into the people he fights against.
I miss Hill Seth with the
I love his laugh.
Yeah.
When he's a heel, he's great.
If Seth wins, he gets booed out of the building because I just
Yeah.
imagine the way he wins will be WrestleMania-esque. Upper hand early over a cheap shot, chairs, and then stomp, 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 pin. Right? Or if Brock wins, it's kind of like, well, then why was that match even happening?
If he,
Like, what was the point? Give it to
all
someone
right,
else.
the only scenario here where Seth comes out looking good is if he grinds it out to a good 15-20 minute actual wrestling match and somehow manages to out wrestle Brock. Which
And
I
then
don't
get
see Brock signing up for.
I
though.
don't see Brock signing up to do a clean putover if it's
No.
not Mania.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
what
like,
getting at.
I just don't know. But if you want to see what we actually think about who's going to win, our prediction video will be up
Very shortly.
roughly about the same time this goes up. Speaking of which, we need to go film it.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, also the G1 is happening. The finals are on the same day as SmackDown on SummerSlam, so we'll be covering that next week as well.
Also,
Yay!
APW Breakout is this Friday, so everyone in Melbourne should come down and see what I've put together for the
Where
first
is
show.
it?
APW Factory in Miles Avenue in Seaford.
There you go.
You
Hook that shit up.
Also, Yang's coming as well. He's going to come and see some shows as well because he wants to know what kind of booking prowess I've got in store.
What kind of competition he's going to go up against? Yeah.
surveying the landscape.
I've got me and someone else who I'm doing it with. We've got big plans over the next 3 shows.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, you can follow us ever at Straymania Pod, S-T-R-A-Y-M. Fuck. God damn it. S-T-R-A-Y-M. No, I've lost it.
STRAYAMANIA. Pod.
P-O-D.
P-O-D.
Twitter and Instagram, Straymania Podcast at Facebook and
Just add in CAST and you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. On YouTube. Just search Straymania. STRAYMANIA. There we go. I've got it back, baby. You can follow me ever at Ricki Needs at RICKINEEDS.
Can you be repeat that again just to make sure that you spell that correctly?
RICKINEEDS.
Yep. Yep.
It's
Beautiful.
my name.
Fantastic.
Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTubes. Michael.
I'm actually going to I'm going to get everyone to plug the fuck out of Yang this time. The Half-Cast Prince on Instagram because he puts up some pretty fucking dope content. There you go, Yang.
Thank you. Well, I don't need to plug mine. There you go. We're done.
_ the Half-Cast Prince.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Heartifact Podcast Network. For more of this and our other podcasts, head to heartifactstudios.com.au.